How's it going today, guys? My name is JSP, and today we are going over wide receiver free agents and who I would maybe want to sign, or how much money they would cost, or even look into. Now, if you haven't checked out my last video, I went over like the top free agents, not just wide receivers, but this video is going to be top wide receiver free agents that maybe we should look into, veterans, whatever, yada, yada, yada. First up is Juju Smith-Schuster, okay? Now, Juju Smith-Schuster is obviously still in the Super Bowl. He's still in the playoffs, whatever, and that's not till next week. So he's probably not worried about being on another team or being extended yet. But I haven't really liked him ever since he got in the league. He was a Steeler, all that TikTok stuff. And that's not the only reason I like him. It's just because he's kind of okay. He's all right. Like, he's probably wide receiver number 3 on the Chiefs right now. So I would probably pass him up because he's probably going to ask for like 10, 12 million a year. He would be like a veteran in the locker room. He's still like a fairly young guy, but you know what I mean. But I would probably pass this one up. OBJ, another one I would probably say no to. He's got stuff going on and off the field, and there was a whole thing this year about him signing with the Giants or the Cowboys, and it just never came to be. So I don't even know what's going on with that, about the plane and stuff. I don't really care about any of that stuff outside of football. But again, OBJ, I just don't see him being the right fit in the Bears locker room or even on the offense. I would pass him up too. I would say no. It's not for me. It's probably not for Justin Fields. I just don't see him being a really good fit in this Bears offense. Jacoby Myers is one that I already went over, but I'll go over again. He's still a fairly young guy. Right now, he might be like a wide receiver 3 or 4 if we sign him. I think actually maybe 3, because Darnell Mooney right now would be 1, and then Chase Claypool would be 2, and then Jacoby Myers 3, and then Equanimeous St. Brown 4. Depending on who we draft or sign. Right now, he would probably be a wide receiver 3. So I would look into him. He's still a fairly young guy. He would probably be asking for like 8 to 10 million a year. If we sign him for like a 1-year deal, see what he can do with Justin Fields, see what kind of chemistry he could come up with, like with Fields. Maybe they spark or something like that. Who knows? Depends if he wants to come back to the Patriots. Who knows? So Jacoby Myers is somebody I would probably look into. Darius Slayton, I would maybe look into him too. He would probably be like a wide receiver 3 on the Bears, because right now on the Giants, he's probably a wide receiver 1. But on any other team other than Giants, he would maybe be like a wide receiver 3, 2. But yeah, Darius Slayton, depending on how much he's asking for, I probably would sign him. If he's asking for over 12 million or even 10 million, I would probably say no. Just like Jacoby Myers, probably a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal or something like that. DJ Chark is another one I would probably pass up, because we already have a small-bodied wide receiver, and that's Darnell Mooney, who can run fast. He can catch the ball. We already have a small-bodied wide receiver, and he's fast. Catch the ball, like I just said, but we already have one. His name is Darnell Mooney. So, again, I would probably say no, but my prediction is probably he's going to sign with the Lions again, so that's my prediction. Allen Lazard, I would probably pass this up because he's kind of meh. He's okay. I mean, this year was the year he can prove to be a wide receiver 1, and there's rumors going around that he's asking for like $12 to $15 million a year, which the Packers probably won't want to give to him, and a lot of other teams probably won't want to give to him. I personally won't want to give it to him. We have a lot of money to spend, but is Allen Lazard really that person that you want to spend that money with? No. Okay? He had the opportunity this year to show that he can be a wide receiver 1, and then Christian Watson quickly passed him up as a wide receiver 1. No, I would not sign Allen Lazard unless he's asking for like $5 million a year. Maximum, honestly. He would be like a wide receiver 3 on our team, depending on who we draft, depending on who we sign, depending on who we extend. I would pass this up unless he's going to take like a team-friendly sign, like a signing. But I don't think he would be team-friendly to the Bears, so I'm gonna say no to that one. McCole Hartman, probably not. I can't really come up with a reason on this one, but just I don't think he would fit in the Bears. Now this next one, I would be probably the most excited for. Jarvis Landry, okay? I liked him last offseason, and then he came to the Saints for a 1-year deal. He's a veteran guy. He can still go up and get it, but I really just want to sign him for that veteran presence, okay? Just kind of like what they did with Nick Foles, but then he ended up playing. I want him to be a veteran presence, teach the younger guys, teach the draft picks that we pick, because I know we're going to draft a wide receiver. I would like this. I think he was really good. I liked him on the Browns. I liked him when he was on the Dolphins. I think he can still be a decent wide receiver. He would probably be a wide receiver 3, okay? But I think he maybe can just go up and get it, kind of like an Amari Cooper. He's not as good as Amari Cooper, but he would be cheaper than Amari Cooper. I liked when him and OBJ were on the same team. They worked really well together. I think him and Chase Claypool, he can teach them, just whatever. Jarvis Landry, I liked him when he was on the Browns. All right, I wanted him to come to the Bears, maybe just be a veteran presence for everybody. That's what I'm trying to say. Julio Jones, probably not. He's not the same wide receiver. All right, he's only getting older. On the Falcons, he was probably one of the best wide receivers I've ever seen. He's just not the same guy. All right, he went to the Titans. He caught like 1 touchdown pass all year. He came to the Buccaneers. He was all right. Okay, he's just not the same guy he used to be. So I'm going to say no. Like, I want a veteran guy in the locker room, but I'm going to probably say no to that one. And then AJ Green, that's actually funny. I wrote this down, and as I was writing it down, or maybe a few hours after I wrote it down, he retired, okay? He retired, and I probably would have said no anyway, because, like I said, he's getting old. He's probably close to retirement, and then he retired this morning. So those are the ones. What I would rank is probably Jarvis Landry, then Jacoby Myers. These are the people I would go after first. And then Darius Slayton, and then maybe Allen Lazard. This year is just not as good as last year, okay? Last year, we had Tyreek Hill, you had Devontae Adams traded, you had all that stuff, you had yada, yada, yada. You had all that stuff, okay? This year's free agency in the wide receiver market, at least, is not nearly as good as the past couple years. That is why I'm saying, if you haven't seen my last video, we need to trade for T. Higgins, okay? He is still relatively young. He has been proven that he can play as a wide receiver 1 in this league. Now, he's not a wide receiver 1 on the Bengals because you got a Jamar Chase, but I think 75% of teams, he would be a wide receiver 1. He's tall. He's big-bodied. Even when he's double-teamed, he can go up and get it. All right? I think he would be a perfect fit for the Bears. T. Higgins needs to be a Chicago Bear. Justin Fields needs somebody like a T. Higgins. And none of these guys that I named in the wide receiver free market or free agent market is not a T. Higgins. They're not as dominant as him. They're not wide receiver 1s. We need a wide receiver 1. And yes, you can get a wide receiver 1 in the draft, okay? But it's not guaranteed. It is not guaranteed. You can pick the mocked wide receiver 1. Everybody thinks he's going to be wide receiver 1, but they're not all Jamar Chases. They're not all Justin Jeffersons. Some of them don't work out. Why would we risk it in the draft for the number 1 overall pick or number 4 overall pick, when you still got a relatively young guy in T. Higgins. Yes, you're probably going to pay him a decent amount. But if you trade for him this offseason, you got him for at least 1 more year on his rookie contract. It's a no-brainer to me. It's a no-brainer. I don't know. I don't know how this came to be about T. Higgins, but in my opinion, that is my number 1 guy this offseason. I know he's not a free agent, but other than that, it would probably be Jarvis Landry. That sounds really weird, but I think the wide receivers need a veteran presence. We just didn't have that this past year. Not really. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good day.